Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And y'all can finish up if you're still working on it. There's also time when I'm done talking to keep working on it. I'll also have the QR code back up when I'm done talking. So yeah, okay. I guess these are my closing remarks. And then when I'm done, Kaitlyn has some logistical stuff, and then we'll get out of here. Okay. So I really want to thank y'all for being here, right? For spending time here with us, for co-creating the symposium with us. That's something I always think about when I teach, when I lead workshops, is that it is not just what like the organizers have done, the participants co-create the experience, right? So this morning I woke up and I started thinking about because quite frankly, it's been really stressful to create this thing over the last 10 months. It's not every day that you start a new job and the first thing you're told is, you're gonna put together a symposium. And great, I'm like, I moved to Seattle 2 weeks ago. So it's been very stressful, and also it's been an amazing 2.5 days. So I woke up this morning and I was thinking about highlights, right? And so a couple of highlights stood out to me, and actually I have a list of 11, but I'm not gonna go through them. But I'm gonna go through 3, and then I'm gonna ask y'all for yours. So one thing that I listed a bunch, so this is not everything, I swear. When Davida asked Rui about microbiology, and I got to learn that eventually we might be moving into microbiology, because I had no clue, and that's awesome, right? The one that really when I woke up, this is the first thing I thought about this morning. Yesterday, right before the workshops, I was handed a green paddle and told to go stand by the elevator to escort people up to the ed lab. And thanks for the response there, yes. And I was like, oh, this is so smooth and smart, and this is how we're doing this. And I was thrilled that it was worked out and went so smoothly, and I did not have to come up with that. And it was really amazing. It was like, oh, somebody's just gonna hand me a paddle? This is awesome.
Thank you, Kendall.
Thank you, Kendall. Yes. And then today, I felt a lot of joy when we figured out that there's 2 people here with the same birthday for bingo. I was thrilled, especially since I was a big doubter of Troy, who also, thank you, Troy. Yeah. So these were 3 of the highlights that I was thinking about this morning. There's a whole bunch more that will get dropped into a Teams chat message, and everyone's gonna be like, Rachel, quit writing so much. So yeah, okay. So we're gonna do another thing, pair share, if you're not too worn out from them. I'd like you to think briefly, reflect on the symposium, and identify what is one particularly memorable highlight from the past 2.5 days. I'm gonna give you a moment to think, and then I will give you a new prompt, okay? Good. Okay. Are we feeling good about having a memorable highlight? Great. Okay, so now go ahead and share your highlight of the symposium, or one of, right, with your neighbors. Yes, so this is loud time. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. But you know what I love? Yeah, we got them to take that. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay, y'all, I've been able to hear just a few as I walked around the room. So I'm wondering if any volunteers would be willing to share out, and if I can have mic runners, I can also run a mic. If anyone wants to volunteer to share out what y'all just discussed.
All right. I am new to the education world and the education research world, so my highlight for this week, or these 2.5 days, was just like meeting and seeing all of you and what you do and the questions you think about. I've spent a lot of time around educators in general, but not necessarily people who have an interest in improving their education skills. Um, cough, cough, higher education. But yeah, so that was like really refreshing for me to see and really exciting for me to see and learn about. So thank you all for sharing your work.
Woo!
I would definitely say that not only the many different backgrounds and institutions and institution types and interests, but also the fact that like the UW undergrads and their journal and their poster,
Woo!
yeah,
Yes.
excellent job. That was just super super cool to see. Y'all crushed it.
I just wanted to express how much I appreciated how actionable a lot of these things felt. You know, you go to a lot of conferences where things are theoretical, things are impractical, things are in progress, but here I've been I don't even want to use I have a lot of words that I don't know, not inundated, but in a good way, you know, like bombarded to in a very good way with actual practical resources. To implement things across the entire spectrum of open everything. So I think I really feel like I got the whole gamut. So I appreciate that.
Jan has her.
I'm not as afraid of coding.
Awesome. Woo! Cool. Thank y'all for volunteering to speak up. I usually remember to say thank you after every person, but I haven't taught anybody in a year. So it's weird. Yeah. So I really appreciate y'all sharing out everything. So I have some more formal remarks that I'm going to go through, along with some pictures that Claire took today because I forgot to take them yesterday. So yeah. Okay. So, right, I really want to thank everybody that presented, right? Keynote speakers, workshop facilitators, poster presenters, and our short talk contributors, right? We had a really amazing program of folks who shared their experiences, their ideas, their stories, the tools, the struggles, and that openness really helped make this what it was, okay? So yeah. Whew. Also, we had a lot of conversations, right? I don't think there was a break where there weren't conversations going on, right? There were a lot of questions asked. Y'all shared your experiences during those breaks and lunches and during the reception yesterday at the posters. And a lot of that also made this valuable, right? We did want to make this space like available for that sort of exchange, and I'm really glad that it happened. Okay, yeah. So thank you for that. Okay. So over these past 2.5 days, we've actually touched on a lot of topics, right? We've talked about integrating open data sets into undergrad courses, research and otherwise. We've talked about how to frame science as more of a human process, right? And we've also had conversations about how we're going to assess what it looks like when we teach and learn with open science, right? Yeah. We've also talked about challenges to doing this work, right? Technical hurdles, time constraints. I'm going to throw this out here, institutional inertia, right? and the need for far more support for faculty that do this work, right? So I hope one thing that has come through, though, is that y'all aren't alone in facing these challenges, and we have a community to do that with, okay? So yeah. Yeah, some people got bingo and blackout. Oh my God, I'm so glad that somebody got blackout. That's kind of a side note. Yeah. Oh, there was 2 blackouts. Congratulations to both of you. You got an umbrella that is one of the most coveted swag items we've ever created. So I'm not kidding. Folks, yeah, it's probably the #1 swag item. Oh, nice. It's collaborative. That's amazing. So yeah. I'd like to encourage us all to think about what's coming next, right? Maybe you're going to adapt assignment, right? Or try out a new tool, or reach out to someone that you met here, right? And share some ideas, okay? So I'm hoping that you're leaving with something concrete or practical to try, and somebody to call when you try it to unpack that with them, okay? So once again, thanks for being here. This symposium's ending, but this work is, ongoing. And the conversation will keep talking about this stuff. And really excited to keep learning from you, with you, etc. So thank you for being here. So yeah, can I leave that up?
All right, everybody, I get the super fun housekeeping notes to send us on our way. First of all, please fill out the survey. You love data, and so do we. Thank you so much for being here. This was, you all learned from each other. We learned from you. Our goal, as I said at the very beginning, was not to teach you things. It was for us to learn together, and we did that. Thank you. Please stay in touch. So a few things about staying in touch. There will be a post-event email. If you would like to get a hold of any of us on the education team at the Allen Institute, you can reply to that email, and it will come to the entire team, and we will make sure that your message gets where it needs to go. You can also just email education@alleninstitute.org if you don't know which one of us you want to talk to, and we'll figure it out. There is also an opportunity in that post-event email to opt into an attendee contact list. If you would like to be on that list and receive that list, please make sure it's in the survey. Please make sure that you either fill it out there or do it on the post-event email if you would like to be part of that. Sam will also be using that list to send out information about how to get your materials onto Cube's Hub, as well as some information will be in that post-event email. If you would like, you can leave your lanyard on the registration table and we will recycle it. There's also Lost and Found at reception. Bingo prizes are also at reception if you have not picked up your bingo prize yet. And you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. The atrium is closed. You're welcome to hang out in the lobby. You're welcome to stay in here, but you can't go back into the building proper. And finally, please take any trash that you generated in the auditorium here with you. Our janitorial crew will come through, but we want to make their job as easy as possible. Thank you. And, thank you. Thank you. And yes, Carlos? We have all of our workshops this summer. I think some of you will be joining us. And keep an eye out later this summer, maybe early fall, for our 2026 workshop schedule, which will also include an appearance at Fun, for those of you who attend Fun. We are not going to be doing this symposium next year, but... Fun is the Faculty for Undergraduate Neuroscience. That acronym is totally a coincidence. And we will not be doing this symposium next year, but we may be doing this symposium or something like it in 2027 or beyond. There will be other ways to engage with us besides this symposium, of course. All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you again to the committee, our speakers, our keynotes, our poster presenters, and everyone else. Even if you were not a speaker or presenter of some kind, you contributed. Thank you.